What's up, my friend? Welcome back to the channel and this Builderall tutorial and review. And we have recently covered many good saucy things, and I hope you have gone through and actually applied them. Today, we're going to get into creating a basic workflow and setting up your first round of automation. So we're going to do some email automation today. I'm going to walk you through step by step what that looks like. We're going to create an automation from scratch and show you exactly how to do that. Also, what you could do is I'm going to give you guys some free swipes and show you really the base and foundation that I do all of my follow-up emails off of. I'm going to give you that document, which is in that right here where it says free swipes. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Please do me a favor if you're watching this video. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and get notified. So you get notified anytime I post new content here on my YouTube channel, or I upload or update another video here in this Builderall training series. You're going to be the first to get notified and be able to watch that video. So it helps more than you know. So please hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Also, if you're I think this is day number 4. So if you're checking this out halfway through, if this is the first video that you're watching the series, down below this video, right down below this video, you're going to see a link that is going to bring you back to this main playlist right here. So what you want to do, if you're catching this video, if you have not gone through the other 3 videos, so I'm recording video number 4 right now as we speak, you want to go through and you want to make sure that you watch day 1, then you watch day 2, day 3. Now, here's what's really, really important with every single one of my free training series that I do, and you can go to my channel and you'll see the other free training series that I do. I have one for my primary business where I make 5 figures a month. I have another one that is just email marketing. And I also have some daily motivations, that sort of stuff. So you go check out those other playlists, but it's really important that you watch each video and then go do. This is not Netflix. This is not Hulu. You don't want to binge watch this stuff because it's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to get overwhelmed because there's a lot of information in here. So please watch day 1, then go do and apply what I show you. Watch day 2, then go do and apply what I show you, etc. Day 3, and as you go down, watch each video, then go do. It'll be so much easier to consume and digest the content if you're doing it that way versus trying to literally just watch all the videos in a day. Who effing cares? You know, you're not going to get a prize. You're not going to get an award. You're not going to get a medal for watching all the videos in one day or blasting through all of them really quick. It's not going to get you anywhere. You got to watch the video and go do. All right, I'm off my soapbox. So back over here, let's dive into it. We're going to get into creating a basic workflow. So what does that mean? That means when someone goes to one of your capture pages, so we'll go over here. I'll pop this open so you guys can kind of get the idea. And we're going to get into the whole page builder thing. We're going to get into that in other videos, so don't worry about that. We're setting up the foundation first. So what does that mean? When someone goes here, we're going to set up a workflow. When someone goes here to your capture page, to your website, whatever, they fill out a form, they enter their email, name, email, phone, whatever. What we're going to do now is we're going to put them into an automation sequence that happens automatically, or as we like to say in the industry, auto-magically. Okay. So from your mailing boss, remember, you're going in here from your main dashboard. You're going to go in, you're going to hit apps. You're going to go over to old mailing boss, because I want to show you guys an old mailing boss versus new mailing boss. New mailing boss, I just think Builderall, I hope you're listening. I just don't think it flows and is easy to navigate as the old mailing boss is. Just my 2 cents there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to where it says workflow. Okay. We're going to click on that. Okay. So remember, if you've been paying attention and applying what I showed you in the other videos, you already set up your email template. You already created a list. So if you haven't done those things, this video is pointless. Okay. It's not going to make sense. If you've already created your email template, you've already created your workflow, or you already created your list, we're going to go, we can start. So I'm going to show you right here. I have some other workflows already here. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically clone this workflow right here. And how this looks and how this works right now is someone gets on my list. So someone goes through the capture page, they enter their email, and then they automatically get subscribed to one of my lists. So what does that do? That triggers, once they join my list, that automatically triggers what is called an email sequence. So now you're going to send out a series of emails to that person. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a tag anytime someone actually opens the email. So then what we do, and we'll probably do this in a different video because it's going to be a lot of information here, is once someone opens an email, they get segmented. So when we go and we send out our daily campaigns, because we want to follow up with our leads, our subscribers every single day, just like you would get an email from Amazon or Hulu or whatever, you know, Shopify, any of that sort of stuff. Anything that you're subscribed to, any email list that you're on, you probably get emails every single day, right? Well, we're going to do the same thing because plain and simple, my friend, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Okay. So we're going to create an email sequence that we're going to send people through, and we're going to segment people by adding a tag. So might seem complicated. It's really not. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So again, hopefully you have gone and created your email template. Hopefully you have gone and you have set up your list, right? So let's get into it. We're going to go create a brand new workflow. Okay. So what do I got to go from here? Give me 1 second here. Let me just pop this on again. Boom. Oh yeah. Create new. The button was right in front of my face. I didn't even see it. All right. So we're going to create new. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to call this, we'll call this test demo, like we've called everything else, right? Now what we're going to do is you're going to grab an element. So you see over here, we got all these elements that we can choose from. And what I'm going to do is it's just click and drag. All we're going to do is click and drag. So when someone subscribes to our list, they're going to go through a capture page, and no, we haven't built that yet, but we're going to get there. So again, remember, we're setting up the foundational stuff first. So when we do build the capture page, we can tie it directly to this automation. Okay. So that's why we're setting this stuff up first. Okay. So when someone joins a list, boom, we're going to slide this out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap on that. We're going to choose the list, and that list is test demo. So remember, we already set up the list, right? So that's easy to do. Boom. We're just going to hit OK. Bam, boom. I mean, how easy was that, right? Now the automation starts when someone joins this list. And in order to join that list, they're going to go through your capture page or your website form. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to hit this little green arrow. And what we're going to do is we're going to do an email sequence. Boom. We're going to hit that. Choose a sequence. Now, I already have a sequence set up. So I'm going to show you 2 examples here. All right. I already have an email sequence set up. So if I hit this email sequence right here, it's going to automatically upload the 5 emails that I had in the other workflow that I did. Okay. So I already did the work on that. I could easily just hit this and boom. But for you, if you are starting from scratch, I'll give you a perfect example of what you can do now starting from scratch, which is most likely where you are starting. Also, what you're going to be able to do is go back here to this document, and you're going to be able to use some of these email swipes. And I'm going to show you exactly what that'll look like here. These are some really great, and you can go find these on Google. You can just search and do a search for Gain Logic Fear campaign, and you can find the same doc, but obviously it's right on the document below this video, and you can just go grab it there. They give you example subject lines and example text of what to put in there. So we're going to actually use this as an example in this video. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit create a new sequence. Okay. So what do we want to call this sequence? Now, depending on what your business, your offer is, whatever that is, we're going to just name this, you know, like this example, we'll call this test demo 3 email sequence, or 3 email sech. All right. Sorry, sip of coffee here. It is mid-morning at the time I record this video. All right. So now what we want to do is, what you want to select is, so this says for future subscribers only, right? So meaning if someone opts into your capture page a 2nd, 3rd, 4th time, you don't want to send that out, you know, to current subscribers. You don't want them to opt in and get the same emails over and over. So you only want to send to future subscribers. Now, how many emails do you want in your follow-up sequence? You know, you can dial this all the way up. I'm going to select here. I'm going to select 3. We're going to select 3 emails. You can select 5, you can select 10, you can select, you know, as many as you want. All right. And you can always go back in and you can always add emails afterwards, just so you know. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to select 3 specifically because these email swipes that I'm showing you here, there's 3 emails in this sequence. Okay, so that's just using that as an example. So I'm going to hit create. All right. And what we're going to do is select a campaign. So now we're going to, you can see behind in the background there. I'll show you that in a minute. Select a campaign. We're going to go ahead. Now we're going to edit the email. Okay. So we're going to select that. Okay. Number 1, we're going to hit OK. Boom, boom, boom. So that's going to be good. So we're going to choose a few things. You're going to notice right off the bat, we're going to have to go in and we're going to have to edit these. We're going to have to edit these emails, obviously, because they're not 100% ready to go because we haven't actually written the email yet. So I want to point out a couple things real quick. You're going to notice right here, it says paused. All of these say pause, which basically means that the workflow isn't really live yet. Someone could opt in or someone could get on your list and they wouldn't get any of this information because the workflow is not live. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into each email. We're going to go into each email and we're going to edit it and we're going to get it ready to go. So we're going to go do that right now. Then once all the emails are done, then what we're going to go do is we're going to add some tags. So we're going to create an extra step of when someone actually opens your emails, we're going to supply a tag over here. So then that way we're going to know that we have some openers coming in and we go to email our list every day. We're only emailing the openers. That's a hint. That's a hint. Pay attention. That's how you get your email open rates really high, is you're only emailing your openers. And that's also how you really improve your deliverability and your domain reputation, your IP reputation, all of those things, which we're going to cover as we get going with our Mailing Boss series here inside of this Builderall tutorial, my friend. All right, now let's go over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this little guy right here. Let me just pull this Zoom doodad out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to get everything set up. So we're going to go over here to email template. Okay. So now we're going to go through each of these steps here. It says details, setup. We're just going to go back here to details. You're going to see this stuff is going to be auto-populated. There's really nothing that you need to do here with this. Okay. Template. Okay. What are we going to do? We're going to go grab our demo template that we made. This is where this comes in handy. This is why I talked about creating the stuff ahead of time, man. So boom, there you go right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to grab our swipe. All right. I'm going to have to change this around a little bit. Okay. We're going to have to change this around just a little bit. Let me just make sure I can grab most of this. Okay. I'm going to copy that. And you guys can do it too. You guys don't have to request access to this document. You guys can just save a copy for yourself, use that. So I'm going to come here and paste it in there. Now, obviously, we're going to have to space this out a little bit right here. So all right, so we're going to go like this. Now, what's really important too, this document, this email swipe, this is out there in the public, you know, on Google. So what does that mean? That means that everybody and their mother is using this. Everybody and their mother is using this email swipe because you can go to Google and get this. So what we're going to want to do is obviously change around these swipes. We don't want this word for word. You definitely do not want this word for word. So I'm going to get rid of this talk soon, because remember, we already have our to your massive success in there. Okay. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to go through and get this all set up. Now, what's really important too, and this is just a little nugget, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have all of your affiliate links. So I have a notepad here on my computer, and this is just a hint. I go through this in detail in my free email marketing training series, by the way. So I'm not going to go super deep into it here, but just know, like, every link that you use for your business, you should have, you know, kind of your own notepad on your computer or your device. So I have this here, and I also have this with my Mac and with my iPhone. I have this, you know, shared with my iPhone. So I can pull up my links from either my phone or my Mac at any point, anytime I need them. Someone messages me, I need to pull one up for an email, whatever. So you should always have that stuff here. So the links that we're going to use in our email, this is the link that we want somebody to go to after they have opted into our capture page. So if you're going to send someone to a bridge page, a sales page, a webinar presentation, whatever it is, we're going to want to use, you know, basically it could be an affiliate marketing link, a network marketing link, a custom page that we design inside of our, you know, inside of the Cheetah website builder. And if you want to use that, you want to send someone to a customized page, and that page hasn't been designed yet, then we can basically just get this email pretty much ready to go, but not 100% ready to go. If you're going to send them to an affiliate link, like a ClickBank offer or anything like that, we can just grab the link and put it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to grab one of my affiliate links, just like this. Okay. I'm going to copy that. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to delete out my drawings. We're going to come back here and we're going to get ready to insert that in there, but we're going to change some of this wording around a little bit because everything in here is a little bit jumbled, and we want to make sure this is spread out nicely. It's laid out good. We're going to change some of this wording around, and you can go literally just kind of mirror and clone exactly what I'm showing you here to do right on camera and just follow these steps. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is yesterday. So it might not be yesterday if you send out the email immediately, which I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. Like, when do we want this email to go out? Okay. So, hey, we're going to just get to say you just requested my. So one of the things that I offer is I offer a free training series. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to go back over to here. So I'm going to make this about my free 6-figure training series, which, by the way, if you guys want to see this free 6-figure training series, like how I make 5 figures per month, what my business is, all that other stuff, down in the description down below, you guys can go take that free training course again. But, please make it through this one here, if you would. I think I just deleted that by accident. I totally just deleted that by accident. So let me paste that back in there. Yeah, let's get through this one thing at a time, my friend. And also, too, if you have not, like if you don't even have a Builderall account, you're watching this video, hit the links down below. Go create your Builderall account. Super important. Nothing like a good cup of coffee, my friend. So you just requested info to, so let's see, requested info about my free training series. See if you had a chance to not watch it yet. We'll put start going through it yet. Okay. Free training series. Click here to get going. And here's where we're going to put our link. Simply just highlight that. I'm not going to highlight the 3 little dots. What I like to do is I like to change the font color to blue, even though it normally comes up. I just kind of like doing that myself. Then we're going to paste our link that we just copied from from our document over there. Okay, your affiliate offer, whatever you're sending them to, click here to get going. Okay, simple. Boom. Now, more importantly, I wanted to make sure that you saw this. Your tripwire link, we already have that in there, so we don't need that. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm just going through and making sure everything is evenly spaced out because there's some weird spacing in here. So anytime you copy and paste a swipe from somebody else, it may or may not, and most likely not, will be spaced out the way that you want it, the fonts that you want it, all that other stuff in your template here. So you're going to want to make sure that you go ahead and just evenly space everything. Look at the wording. So we've already changed a little bit of the wording here. We added a sentence here, which is good. At minimum, you want to be changing about 25 to 30% of the copy. That's going to make sure that, like, so as an example, if you just copied and pasted and sent out the same exact email with the same exact subject line, there's a good chance, even though you have your SPF records, your DKIM records, all that other stuff, there's a good chance that it could go to spam because, again, thousands, maybe even millions of people are using the same exact email. And who knows what people are using for offers. I mean, they could be sending out spam, junk, crap, whatever. All right, so let's get this wrapped up here. This is simple stuff. Okay. So if you're really serious about, okay, insert what you're talking about there. If you're really serious about learning how to create great and real results online, then this is the ideal first step. Not only does it work, okay, not only does it work, it's free and requires just a time investment on your end. Time investment on your end. We're going to add another line in here. There we go. Man, typing too fast for myself. And it's one of the only places you will see and get realistic results. Okay. So get it now while you can. Okay. Click here to get going. Boom. Now, what I'll say is this won't be free much longer. So grab it now while it's fresh in your mind. All right, that looks good. And then we'll go here and we're going to insert our link again. Okay, boom. Again, font color, bam, boom. We're going to go and we're going to add our link in. There it is. Paste that there. And then that's that. So once that's done, we're going to go down. We're going to hit save and next. So again, we definitely changed more than 25 to 30% of the copy. From name, you can change the from name a little bit. Right now, it automatically came in because when we set this up, we called this our from name, Daniel J. Kump. I'm just going to change this to Daniel. And then we're going to obviously want to put our first subject line in here. And I like to do usually something like, I'll do, hey, here's the info you just requested. That's that. Simple, easy. Now, I mean, you have some sample subject lines right here. Again, I would not use these verbatim. I would change them up a little bit. One of the subject lines I like to use all the time when I send out the very first email when it comes directly from me is like, hey, here's the info you requested. Hey, here it is. Something along those lines. So there you go. And then you can see, obviously right here, you're going to have your email that you set up. This is from your domain, your sender domain, so I use support at danieljcomp.com. You could use info, Bill, Sue, whatever your name is, that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and hit save and next. Now, this is important right here. So pay attention to this. So after they subscribe, what we're going to want to know and what you're going to want to make sure that you do is, when do you want this to get sent out? Okay, so for me right here, it says send out 1 day. So this would mean that this email wouldn't go out until the following day. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You can decide to do that if you want. But what I want to do is I want to change this to 0. Okay, we're going to change that to 0. Okay. And you can see there's a little window that pops up that says 0 means immediately. And if I move my cursor, you're not going to see that, but it says it right on the middle of your screen. 0 means it gets sent immediately after event, right? And the event is they opt into your capture page. So we're going to change that to 0. Okay. Which means it's going to go out automatically right away. Okay. I would always suggest you send a test email to yourself to make sure that it goes out. Your links are correct, all that other stuff. So we can kind of just do that now to be sure. I'm going to go ahead and send that out as a test. So boom, boom, boom. So once that's done, again, make sure if you don't save it, it automatically went back to 1 since I sent the test email before I clicked. All right. Before I clicked save and next, I sent the test. So now we're going to do is go to save and activate. Save and activate once that's ready to go. So it's going to pop us back here. You can see our 3 email sequence right there. What we're going to do is now we're going to go back to our workflow, go check out what we just did. Click on workflows. We're going to go to test demo, which is where we were. Okay. Now what you're going to notice how before it was paused and now it is what? It is active, and it also says 0 day, which means what? As soon as someone gets on the list, as soon as they activate, as soon as they go through the capture page or they fill out your form, they get on your list, it activates the email sequence. It's going to send out the email here. So the only other thing that I would do now, which you guys can start doing now. And you can see that we just got the test email right there. Okay. So I can go ahead and open that up. So we just got that, and we'll pop over here to good old Gmail. Okay. Just going to refresh that. Boom. And then you can see, look at that. Because we have the right records, it did what? It landed right in our primary inbox folder. Isn't that a beautiful thing? We're going to click on our link, make sure it goes to our checklist right there. Boom. There it is. There's our free training series. Again, you guys can go, and if you guys want to see this free training series, in the description down below. Okay. Now let's go back to our workflow. So we know that we tested the email, the links worked. We're good to go right there. Everything's looking saucy and sexy. So the only other thing that I would do is I would go through, if you want, you can use these email swipes right here. So that's email 1. You can use the same template, follow the same exact process I just showed you for email 2. The only other thing that I would do here, and you want to decide, is when do you want to send out the second and the third email? Here's a tip. Here's what I would suggest. When I go through and I sent out the, right here where it says activate email at, so this portion right here. So you're going to want to go through from the template, the setup, that sort of stuff. Make sure you use the same from name. You put your subject line in, you write your email, you change 25 to 30% of the copy. You can use the swipes that are on the document down below. So you can do one of two things. You can send out the second email. Now, since the first one goes out immediately, you can send out the second one a day later. Or here's a hint. Here's what I like to do sometimes is I will send out the second email literally 3 hours later. So I do it while it's fresh, so I send out 2 emails the same day. And why do I do that? I do it because, again, it's fresh. The information, they just went through it, gives them a chance to see it again versus waiting a whole day to get another email. So food for thought, you may want to take a look at that. Okay. So I'm just going to hit save. All right. Then we're going to go back to the workflow and take another look. Okay. So, and as you can see right here, we haven't activated that yet. Well, actually, look at it, did activate that right there. So we're actually going to switch these two around. So what we're going to do is go like this. Boom, boom, boom. So it sends out that email. Okay. That's going to be the second email that goes out right there. All right. So that one's good. Your first one's going to go out on immediately. Your next one, depending on when you want to send out, can go out. You can send it out the same day. It's going to go out 2 hours later, 3 hours later, an hour later. And then you can send out the next one 24 hours later or a day later. So before we wrap this up, what we're going to want to do here, okay, is we're going to want to, you see these 2 little buttons over here, or not really buttons, but you see the green arrow and the red X. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create an action or create a segment, a tag, when someone actually opens any of these emails. And it's literally just going to look like this. Insert tag value. And what we're going to do is, I already have some tags that are already in here. Okay. So, but if you want to add a new tag, if you don't have a tag set up, what we're going to do is we're just going to call this, you can call this engaged. I like to call it open. And that's it. You're just going to type that tag name. And I like to call it opens because these are people that actually open the email. So anyone that opens any of the emails that goes out in your sequence, they're going to have the tag that's going to say open. All right. And we're going to be able to do, we'll do this in another video, is turn around and email all of those folks on a daily basis, but we're only going to email the openers. So there you go. Now just repeat that process a couple other times. So this happens. You could leave it on just the first one if you want. Okay. But what I like to do is, just in case, I like to put it on all the emails in the sequence. Okay. Insert tag value. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. So that's what that looks like right there. So just for yucks, right? Let's say someone doesn't open the first email and then they get the second email later in the day and they're like, okay, hey, what's this? And they open that, they're still going to get the tag, versus if you just had it on the first email and they open the second one, but not the first, then they don't get that tag added. So that's why I like to have it on every single email. Now that you've done this, don't forget to save right here in the lower left-hand side. Don't forget to save. So we're going to go boom. We're going to hit save. That workflow is now 100% ready. Well, it's not 100% ready to roll, but everything that we've done is correct. So now what you need to do is go back into the second email, go back into the third email, and you need to finish writing those finish email, putting in those templates, changing your copy around, getting that 100% ready to go. All right. So that is that. So what have we covered today? Okay. Creating a basic workflow, email sequence, showed you guys the sites, adding tags, moving lists. We haven't really talked about moving lists yet. I can show you how to do that. Basically the same way that you would add a tag. So if what you could do, you would have to go, number one, go create another list, just like you did before. And what you could also do, if people open the emails, let's say you want to get someone through this entire sequence, and if they have opened the emails and they are an engaged subscriber, what you could do is you could move the subscriber and you could go select another list. So obviously we have test demo, which is the list that we're using right now. But let's say that we want to move them to this other list here. If they are opened and engaged, okay, we could certainly go ahead and do that. And that's what that would look like. So if they are opening and they are engaged, boom, you could move them to another list after they complete the sequence. So that's what that would look like. And again, don't forget to save that once you make any of those additional moves. Okay. So mailing your list daily. This is something that if you're any kind of business builder, any kind of email marketer, any kind of serious business owner, entrepreneur, affiliate, network marketer, whatever, you're going to want to email your list every single day. We're going to get into that in the next video, and I'm going to wrap this up. So if you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell, get notified anytime I post new content or a new video here in this Builderall tutorial series. If you don't have your Builderall account yet, hit those links in the description down below. Please go ahead and do that. Now, do not move on to the next video until you go ahead and set up your workflow. Go do that now. Please go do that now. Set up your workflow, get that ready to roll. And that way, when we get into the next parts of information, we get into the Cheetah website builder, we get into SMS messaging, man, we're gonna go set up an entirely new workflow. We're gonna rock it out with an entirely new workflow that's gonna literally just have you guys poop in your pants when you learn how you can start building in some SMS messaging in here. So gonna be some really, really cool stuff. So stay tuned. We'll see you on the next video, my friend, and have an awesome day. Later.